Hey y'all, Super X or SXMX Drifter, Super X Drifter, Russ. How you guys doing tonight? I told you there was something really special coming for me. Can anybody guess what it is? Here on the table before me. Let's see. Should we play like the shell game? Is it one of these? No. Is it one of these? Yes, you guessed it. It is this one right here. That was a little gift from my man, Robert E. O'Neill, Rio's Mods. Hooked me up with this insane Kawasaki green SL door, black anodized. Now, trust me, there's going to be plenty of close-ups coming in on here, on this mod here in just a little bit, because that's not the only special thing about it, that it's a black anodized SL door. I haven't even vaped it yet. I'm waiting for you guys. I do have something to vape here. I could be vaping those other two, but I don't know what it is. But today is just Odin Day. Today is Odin Day, and it's a good day. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to tighten in on this particular very special mod, because like I said, it's got something special going on with it. This is not your everyday off-the-shelf Rio, but I can tell you that if you have a PayPal or a credit card or any means to purchase a Rio Grand, I would be getting that thing dug out. I know Captain Steve, like Captain Steve said, that he pretty much has his in bed with him, sleeping with it. I would be doing the same thing, because after I show you what this thing's got and some of the features that Rob hasn't even like disclosed to you guys, but I got the dirt when I got the email that said, "Yo, brother, Merry Christmas, you're a killer friend, here's your mod." And I kind of didn't know what he meant, so we talked a little bit, and by email, and he said he was sending me a mod. Let's go. Let me turn that around, and I'll show you what he meant when he was sending me a mod. And he wanted me to go over some features on it that aren't publicized anywhere yet. So we get to go through them for the first time together. I've already went through them too, so it's not like I'm going to be clumsy, like, you know, P. Busardo in it, like fumbling. I've gone through it, and I can demonstrate it to you. I've also filthy beasted a hose, a spare hose I had. I got my golden Ginsu here, and I can show you guys how to Ginsu up the hose really good. I know you guys are dying to see this, so I gotta drag it out a little bit, don't I? And yes, I'm taking some serious heat for coming down here tonight. I am, because I'm also coming down tomorrow night, but this had to be done. This is like I'm sorry. I'm taking heat for it. Lots of heat. And it's only 9:30, but everyone's in bed. All the big kids are reading. The little one's in bed with my wife. She's still up reading the news. No, there's no way I could ask her to come. Maybe tomorrow night. But suspense is going to build just here for a minute. Let me turn the camera around. So let me put it on its other tripod, and we'll get into this bad boy and watch this. Get your credit cards and PayPals ready. You know, Rob at riosmods.com, whatever, however. Get them ready. Load them up. Let me go get this thing turned off and around. All right. Who wants to see what's so cool about this mod? Yes, it does look really cool. Yes, it does look really cool. Let's take this atomizer off the top, and let me show you what is the coolest thing about this particular mod. I'm impressed. Totally impressed. Can you notice a difference in this one from, say, this one right here? Let's just pull another mod out and stick it next to it. And let's have a little peek. This one has got a new 510 connector in it. Yes, the adjustable 510, and I gotta say, it looks sweet. Not only does it look sweet, like I said, I'm going to go into some features that Rob hasn't even discussed. And you're going to see me take a Rio from out of the box to prepped, hosed, prepped, and vaped. And I'm going to go through all the features of that killer adjustable 510. So as you can see, the visual difference in it, what that 510 takes to adjust is it comes with an Allen key. I believe it's a 5/64. That's what Rob told me. That goes down in there. We're going to go into all that stuff here in a minute. But before we even get into that, let's go into some other killer things about it. Now, this is one thing that, I mean, if you look at the inside compared to, say, the inside of this one has the bottle and tube on it. I took the bottle off, but notice, if you will, the length of this. See how that 510, the old style nipple, is buried up in there? Look at the length on this beast. And I'll take this off and I'll show you all that good stuff, but look at it. You know what that is meant to do? This is straight from Rob. I didn't make this up. This is meant to, now this is going to pull off a lot easier than it will when you go to do it the first time, because you got to put a little water on to put it. This is meant to change the tube without taking the Delrin cover off. Now again, that came nice and easy for me because I wet it with some water. But now let's look at that. So that means to put the tube back on, you reverse that process. We're going to do that in a minute. But while we got this to this stage of the game, we might as well go ahead and have a look up underneath the Delrin cover. Not much to see there except a much more burly. I know that word draws a lot of criticism on my YouTube channel, but I find it to be quite burly up in there. Look at that. Look at that new 510 and pin. Look at that pin. It does not look like it's going to be going anywhere, does it? Looks like you got no worries there, doesn't it? You got your same beryllium copper firing pin, your same heat resistant button, and this is gold plated beryllium copper, by the way. Just like that same contacts. The thing that's different is this thing right here and that thing right there. This is where the real magic happens. And then you still got your same beryllium copper. Now this is an anodized. I haven't had an anodized mod since my first ones, and they were red and blue. So ultimately I got rid of them because that's what I found for blends. This one is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I'm already loving it. I can't wait to vape it. We'll be vaping it together. So let's throw this back on. I think I've shown you what's going on up in there. Nothing's different about the way the Rio works, other than the way this works. It's really different, really cool. Other than the way that looks, and the fact that you can take your hose off. All you guys that like to swap hoses and juices and stuff, you can do all that now on the fly. No need to take a screwdriver out, no need to worry about no glue, because what it is that connector piece is thicker. Now you're noticing me putting it on and off there pretty easily. Why is that happening for me? Because I've lubricated it with a little water. There you go. Remember this thing again? Do not tighten that any further. Remember that, guys? Nice and gentle. I got to keep emphasizing that, because one day someone's going to butcher a perfectly brand new good mod. So we got this hose here. What I'm going to do before I put it on there is I'm going to show you how to prep the end of it filthy beast style. And I think Rob actually did a little prep on this one, possibly for, I see a little something going on the end of this one, but we're going in. Like I said, I got my golden Ginsu. We probably could use some kind of black background, but I'm not going to worry about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little V-notch. And now, trust me on this when I tell you, when I practice on it, there was no camera between us, but I'm going to make an inverted V in this. And I want to thank the Filthy Beast for teaching me to do this with something other than a pair of like scissors of some sort, because it did come out. Mine almost looked as respectable as the Beast's. And as you can see, I think I've duplicated my effort. Yes, you can now start to call me Super Beast. Look at that. Just look at that perfection. Can you see that there? All right. Now I'm going to discard these. I'm going to hack a big piece of my finger off with this when I put it on. I'm just kidding. This is my wife's golden Ginsu. My X-Acto is much more manly, but it doesn't have a cover, so I've sort of stashed it. So now, look at that inverted V. All you people that, when you get a Rio, you have to do that. I just saw a post from Hectic Energy today, and it said my Rio just wouldn't, you know, was suctioning to the side. You have to do that, okay? If you don't do that, it will suction to the side. It doesn't have to be that pretty. That's the prettiest one I've ever made. It functions when you hack one big time. I can show you some of my hack jobs one day. Now, what I've done to make this very easy, when you first get to put it on, you're going to pull it off. It's going to be hard to pull off and go, wow, how the heck do you put that on? How I did it for the first time is I got me this little Dasani bottle cap and I just dipped it in there. This is just Dasani. And it wets the inside of that hose. I turn this thing upside down and I just grab it really close. And this is, I'm going to make it look easy because I've practiced this. I didn't just pull out the camera and go, well, let's see what Rob meant when he said that the hose came off. When you go to do it the first time, it may not look as easy as me. I'm making it look like a tennis match here on TV. Yeah, and go get your racket. Look at that. Now that is on there. See that? So wet it a little bit first. Once that water dries, it's going to be on there tight as a drum. Now, let's put our bottle on, man. I filled me a bottle, pre-filled the bottle with some Fiji. Now remember what the most important thing about this connection is. This was a side effect, just a benefit right here that none of us knew about, that the hose is swappable, hot swappable on the fly, like the old Scuzzy Raid, whatever new, old, I don't know, I forget. I haven't been involved with that stuff in a while. So all we're going to do now is slide our bottle cap on. And then before I get into the top of the connector, the new 510 connector, I'm going to do that. But while we're inside the mod, do you hear those blasphemous heathens back there? Wow, I love that stuff. That other doofus that was down in my studio the other night. It's like I even let him hang out down here, calling my boys blasphemous heathens. See that? Look, I'm pulling on that hose now too. That tube isn't going anywhere, and it's still nice and wet. Now, I think your cap does wind up. Again, I did this earlier. Let's see here where we're going to wind up when the finished product is done. Oh yeah, we could pull it down a hair. Rob coming with the goods. Look at that. And can I tell you guys that this is like, and you see the way that is sitting on the bottom of that bottle, that V, it won't suction anything. I mean, it's resting on the bottom. It's not suctioning to anything. What a hell of a gift, Rob. You're awesome, dude. Who would have thought that somebody, a dude of Rob's stature, now he is one humble dude, I'm going to go on the record and say, you would think a guy like him would be like, you know, unreachable and accessible. He'd have a bunch of minions working for him. Well, then his products would be all screwed up. I think the reason that it's so good is because he's involved 100%. But can you imagine, like, someone like Rob? Why is Rob so cool to me? I love it. I love it. So that just adds to my enthusiasm. This mod just came in the mail to me. Why do I deserve this killerness? I'm going to keep asking myself that for a while. Anyhow, alright, so to say I put this nupping on here, and you see where this hole is now, over here. Just say I don't want that hole there, right? I want it here. I don't want that air hole there. I want it here, a little bit over. So what have I got to do that? If I take my atomizer to figure out how to do it, let's try and use a little science. I want it to stop turning right about here. So that means I would back out the connector a little tiny bit. You're just going to go in small increments so you get the hole where you want them. That's the beauty of this is an adjustable connector. That is the beauty of it. It's adjustable. So you take this little wrench and you stick it in this hole here, and we're going to back it out just, I mean, I'm talking like a hair right there. And you just use little hair increments, or you could try and figure out some exact signs. That's going to stop the atomizer from turning right where I want it to. If I want it, I could adjust my holes anywhere I want them. Okay, so if I came out and it stopped it there, this means I came out a little bit too far, right? Doesn't take much to set these threads exactly where you want them. So that means I'm going to turn it in a little bit. Came out a little bit too far. Easy to do. Let's turn it. See, that's in all the way. This is where I just had it. So that would mean I would want it about the middle of that, maybe. Yeah, let's try that for starters. And with this, you just go ahead and wrench it down. Remember, this is an indestructible X-proof connector. Don't want it there either. See, I came in just a little bit too much. on it, so that would mean that if from here, I did kind of mess up my AFC there too. Let's fix it. Now look at that, actually I do have it perfect. I was just turning the wrong part of the Addy. That little adjustment I made was perfect. See where I put the hole? And that's just by adjusting connector. And it's wrenched down on there, you got no worries. What do you say we take this bad boy for a vape? So you got the infinitely adjustable 510 connector. Let's see how it runs. We got liftoff, Houston. How about I turn the camera around and we see how it runs? Give me 1 second. I was about to turn the camera on. I wanted to show you guys some stuff that I always do to a mod. Also, I remember I showed you how to set up your bottle thing, how that comes off. It doesn't need any glue. It's adjustable on the fly. How you can adjust the 510 with this little, I believe Rob said it's a 5/64. I've already ordered me a nice one that's coming. Remember DEOXIT Gold, guys. You get a new mod. The first thing I'm going to do with it is I'm going to get my DEOXIT pen out. It's a brand new mod. We want to put a little dabble with the tip of our pen on the end of that spring. My battery's already treated. We know how to treat batteries, but since it's a brand new mod, and then we're going to put some right on the very tip of this gold-plated beryllium copper contact right there. That's it. Now this mod is set up to go and get after it, get busy, get down. So why don't you say we take her for a little vape? You know what I'd like to do on it though, before we do, I want to put my Odin on here. Now, earlier Odins, when they first came out, I've heard tell of Odins that didn't thread well. That was something that was a little factory problem with Odins that Craig will fix for you. SoCal Craig, Odin, Loki Lab. You send them back, you fix them. It was just a problem they had with threading. I noticed that all my Odins screw on here buttery smooth. Here's an Odin deck right here that's about to be built and placed into service. Buttery smooth. All three of them that I have fit buttery smooth. I gave one to my boy Danny Brandt. Now I can adjust the holes on this. They're perfectly aligned. That's great. Alrighty, there's one. Odin buttery smooth. I think I'm freaking my camera out here, aren't I? Okay, so there's that one. Here's another Odin right here. Unfortunately, this Odin isn't built. I got to take it off my other mod. I'm going to build this thing though. But let's just test the thread theory. Look at that. Buttery smooth. No problem with my Odin threads. Yeah, earlier runs, I think the drippers were having problems with threads. And here, see this hole right here? Let's put the other one on. We'll adjust it. So, buttery smooth threads. Awesome bulletproof connection. Killer looking mod. Let's take this one that I'm going to vape and put it on here. And let's line up the holes on it so that they're right where we want them. We did it with that one up and Addy. Now we're going to do it this one. Okay, so we need to come this way. What that tells me is I need to turn this connector in. See, so if I want this hole to go that way, that means I need to screw on more. So I need to turn the connector in. Just a little small increment. You could do this all night. You know, it's not like... Now, I have nothing to vape right now, so this better work out good. I'm going to turn him in a small little amount, okay? Oh, he's in all the way. So what that would mean is I'd probably have to go around to about here. Let's watch this thing squonk too. Let's see. Wow. Squonk's easy. I believe there's a larger feed hole in there. So let's put this better be the built Odin. Oh, now I don't know which one's built. No, we'll figure that out in a minute. I think it's this one. There's the holes. That one's built. Cool. There's the holes right where I want them. The only thing I will do is turn around my cap, put my logo facing this way. See how easy it was to put those holes where I want them, guys? I'll make another video showing you how all different Addies look on this thing too. I thought about that, and I gotta hold on a minute here. I got a bunch of atomizers over there that we could play with and have fun with. What do you think? But just not right now. Right now I want to vape this for you guys. Alright, give me a second. Alright, I know you guys probably, I don't know, where did it go? I don't know, where is it? Oh, it's over there. I know you may see a guitar here, right here. And I had every intention of playing that guitar for you guys, but it has, I mean, Mike, I have tried everything with it. It just sounds like an old man's guitar, dude. It sounds like a clean acoustic, but just loud. There's no, I've tried every switch. I've tried pulling in everything, pushing everything, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Tomorrow I'm going to sneak down and get another amp. It's Friday. Yeah, I think I'm going to sneak down and get an amp. So this is the Odin on the brand new ground. This is a Maiden vape. This mod has not been vaped, and I'm about to vape it. Yes, sir, right there. Who's the man? Robert E. O'Neill. Damn. This anodized feels sweet too. I haven't held an anodized mod in 2 years, Rob. About 2 years, man. I think in October I got my first Rio, and it was a blue anodized, and I got a red powder coat, and I got a red anodized and a blue powder coat grand. Those are my first 2 grands. Shortly thereafter I got this killer grand and this killer grand. It's black hammer tone and silver. Black wrinkle and silver hammer tone, and then my latest one was this one. And now I've got this bad boy right here, adjustable connector, and it is just pounding it out. Pounding out the seriousness of the whole deal. I mean, it's just... I've been going back and forth a little bit here. Too, I thought I'd go into that maybe with you guys. I haven't used my Odins in a little while. About a week. I had this little flock of nuppins laying around. One thing I noticed about the Odin when I put it back on was, holy cow, does it just freaking slam out vapor. Different. It's a different thickness and quantity of vapor. You know, I'm also not a dude that minds squonking at all. I don't mind squonking. I'll squonk. But when you don't have to squonk, it's a luxury too, especially if your thumb's a little bit hurt. I don't know why. My thumb has just been a little bit like bothering me. Maybe the skin on it from, I don't know. So that was a luxury. The Nuppin you have to squonk a lot because it drains very well. The other thing I like about the Nuppin is it doesn't produce as much vapor as that, but I've got it built to a higher resistance. I mean, it produces respectable vapor, don't get me wrong by any means. Probably a respectable amount of vapor. The thing I like about it is, to me, this is the way I see me using Nuppins and Odins, because they both now they have a place in my life. I realized when I pulled this thing out today that you gotta have an Odin. Or 3, thanks to Danny Brandt. I only got 3 now. You little cretin. And I sent that to you out of love, baby. I'm glad you like it. I hope you're using it and rocking it like I am. But I took them off and put on all Nuppins. And I realized Nuppins require more squonking. They're very easy to squonk. They squonk and drain perfectly. I noticed for me, at least in my purposes, and I'm running 0.8-ish ohm, 0.9 ohm builds, it heats up a lot when I chain it with this drip tip. And I'm not about to switch drip tips. I know I can throw on one of my big old Dell rims, but when I chain it, it heats up. Produces a little less vapor. Maybe you flavor guys will like it. So I see my Odins being, when I go out anywhere, I'm going to take them. I'll tell you another reason why. You cannot get juice to come out of those holes. You cannot. I've tried. I've squonked it no matter what. Juice won't come out. If I do over squonk this, or let's just say I squonk it up good out of habit, and I can't vape at all. You can see, you've seen it takes about sometimes like anywhere from 10 big old massive grande lung hits to drain it. When I put it in my pocket or in my little chain thing, every now and then I'll have a little juice on the side. I mean, we're talking very rarely because I've gotten used to using it. But for that reason, I would say, and also in colder weather, see, this atomizer doesnn't heat up like the Nuppin. When you're out in really colder weather, this atomizer also stays colder. So I think in colder weather and out and about, I would probably take these guys, like walking around the outlets or something. It doesn't produce as much vapor. I can probably build it to produce as much, but the way I build it, it doesn't produce as much. So it makes it just a slightly bit more stealth, if you would call this stealth. It's not like we're doing that cartomizer thing like Winston style. But this around the house in the car, I'll be running these big beasts for sure. So I'm going to load up these 2 mods with Odins. I'm going to load up these 2 mods, out and about mods, with Nuppins. So that'll leave me a backup supply of Nuppins, 2 Odins, and I'll have a backup Odin too. That's what I see myself running. I think I realized that, so when I put it back on there, I was just like, yes, the Nuppin build's a lot easier. It wicks a little easier. Not that the Odin is a challenge to build. It's very easy to build, but this builds easier. And I like it. I like the small profile. I like that no juice ever even comes near coming out of it. But I like the vape on this one a little bit better. What is good? I like that mod too. Is that sweet? Now I wanted to see here if you guys want to bear with me a little bit and see how cool this Kawasaki green door. Let's just see how it looks on a TRA mod. I know this should be Friday night show. I'm supposed to have done a quick shoot, but I always push my envelope. Looks pretty freaking hip, doesn't it? Let's see if it changes the vape any. Shall we? Vape's the same. Nice. Let's see how it looks on a silver hammer tone. Kawasaki green door. Thinking it looks pretty hip to trip, don't you? Silver hammer tone, Kawasaki green. Now, no sense of putting on the black wrinkle. My black wrinkle's already got its door. That door is the way that one rolls, right there. But now I may be tossed up when I take out this one. I can go, wow. Throw that door on it, silver hammer tone. I could throw this door that I typically throw on it. I could throw its own door on it. Go little old man, real cold weather style there, because it's sealed. That's a golf cart ride deal. Or I can really kick it up a notch and throw this door on it. Just go like, you know, jazzy. You can also, now that I see this black wrinkle door, I don't know if the camera's going to show you this, but remember, this is a black anodized. So what does it do for the texture? It's the texture, man. Adds a little something, doesn't it? What does a TRA door look like on this beast? I mean, we're just, look at those magnets. The possibilities are endless, let's face it. Look at that. I mean, it's just freaking off the chain. Oh my God, are those guys in the hot tub? Oh, they're over there, that's right. My little son saw this and he got a big kick out of it. I had to bleep. I skipped past all the cursing, but they saw this part. And I guess a guy climbs out and his butt sticks out or something, and they thought it was funny as all get out. They couldn't stop laughing. Anyway, they don't see that regularly. I don't know about you, but I'm going up, and I think the door that Rob intended to be on this mod that he gave me, Cali Green, oh, you got to put it in the right way, is the way it should go down. I hope you guys got your PayPals and credit cards ready, because you want that connector. Like I said, wrench proof. I'm not even going to run an O-ring under it. I'll see how that performs. But you'll notice when you look at the top of the connector, it seems to be a little less vicious on the, it has those little slots. I think they're somewhat necessary to probably put it in there or something. I don't know. Or if you ever stuck a Cardo on, you'd need them for it to breathe. There's still going to be people running Cardos. So, still has those slots, but yeah. Guys, these are both killer addies, but vapor right there. Outside and about side, a little more stealth right there. That's pretty much it. Now, I will send the rest of these 3 mods in. I'll be down to 1 Rio and get the new connector put in here whenever Rob says, yo, send them in. And I thought it was time. Oh, look at this. I put this one in upside down too. Just thinking, oh, guys, I tested voltage drop on it too. Let me tell you what I got. This was a point. They're both between my TRA and this one with the new connector, identical. The battery was at 3.98 on my TRA. The resistance is 0.6 on my coil. The voltage drop, the reading once I took it was 3.4. That's 0.5. It's half a volt at 0.6 ohms. Damn respectable. On my anodized mod, I had 4.18 on the battery, 0.6 resistance, and a 3.64. It's actually a little bit better. It's like 0.5, like point, what is that? 4.18 minus 3.64. Let's do that. I think the new connector might actually be a little better on VD. Same addy, a little bit better. It's all stainless steel. I don't know why I turned Wi-Fi off. I was looking for my calculator. So if I went 4.18 minus 3.64 equals 0.54. And the other one was 3.98. So 0.54 with the new connector, and now I got 3.98 on the TRA battery minus 3.4, 0.58. So there's actually a little bit less voltage drop on the new connector. Just something else to keep in mind. And that was before I put any DEOXIT on it too. So I'm getting out of here, getting upstairs. Look at these killer mods again. Let me assemble them all. Guys, I don't know about you, but these freaking metal Rios just kill it. They just absolutely kill it. Yes, it's good to have friends like Rob. I don't know what I did to deserve a killer friend like Rob, but he has treated me about as cool as anybody has ever treated me in my life that wasn't like a blood relative. Or my one good friend, Bri, the guy that died on his R6, my good man, Brian Dahl, was also a really cool dude, but we work together and stuff. We're always together. Rob is in Maine, I'm here, and he treats me like a brother. It's freaking awesome. Thanks, Rob. You rock. Your mods kick serious ass. I'm gonna take this one. Take my ass out of here, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. I got a lot of shout outs to do. You guys are an awesome audience too. Peace out, my peeps. Oh, thanks. I'm getting so many subscribers thanks to you guys. You guys just kill it. It's freaking awesome. It's like a head trip. I just feel so good knowing that you guys are out there. Thank you. Peace and night night.